So the number for the day is 3. Think in threes. It's something I started saying a long time ago when people were talking about preparedness. Everybody wants to buy $10,000 of food and a bunker and 1,000,000 rounds of ammo. And I said think in threes. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. If you start small, 3 days, it's very easy to store 3 days of food, 3 days of fuel, 3 days of means to create electricity, 3 days of anything. Once you have that, to get to 3 weeks, really all you do is just multiply it by, 7. So 3 days becomes 21, and it's easy to build on top of there. And then you can add some of the bigger, more expensive items. But no matter what happens, the big end of the world scenario, whatever it is, you're still going to use all that little shit that you stored to be prepared for 3 days. You go spend, $500,000 on a bunch of property and a missile silo, and you create a bunker and do all your shit. That's cool. It's awesome. But for 99% of the shit that's going to happen to you, you don't need that. You're not going to leave work. You're not going to take all your important shit and move it to the middle of nowhere over an ice storm. And chances are, when the ice storm hits, your electricity's out. So you need a means to heat food, you need a means to create heat and warmth, and you need a means to, create electricity if you decide you need electricity, whatever it is, that 3 days supply, and you're probably not going to be able to travel to your remote location in your bug out bunker and your missile silo and shit like that. So think in threes. And that carries into everyday life. 3 means of communication, 3 means of travel, 3 means of lines of supply, especially in business, 3 lines of supply. I have one place that we've done business with for 20 years now because they continue to take care of us. When I came home and had nothing, I contacted them. They sent me a bunch of supplies when I first restarted. They just sent me a bunch of samples, which were enough to get started with and create some product to post pictures to take orders off of. Not a big deal. But they did it for me. We continue to do business with them. I can get stuff less expensive other places. I continue to do business with them out of loyalty. I'm loyal to them because they were loyal to me. But every now and then I'll call them, and there's an ice storm has them shut down, and we can't get something for a few days or a few weeks. Or something happens with UPS or FedEx, and they're just the roads are closed. Just the ice storms this last year were insane. Some of our supply stuff. So as soon as that happened, once things eased up, we started keeping more materials on hand so we wouldn't have that problem. But because they were towards the West Coast, we couldn't get stuff from them because of the ice storms and the snow and shit between us and them, so we had to use another line of supply. Well, we didn't have to go shop for that line of supply. We knew where they were because we always have 3 lines of supply for everything. I use a sewing machine company that's within 2 hours of here. But should something happen, if their building burnt down or they just decided not to do sewing machines anymore, I have 2 other places that we use, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. So we can come from either direction. But always think in threes and apply 3 to everything in your life. 3 of everything. Your kid gets on the bus. What if the bus, breaks down, the bus that's picking him up? What are your other 2 means of transportation to get him to school? One, he could walk, he could ride a bike, you can take him, he can carpool with a neighbor, but always just have something in the back of your head. Even if you think you'll never use it, run the plan. Put it on paper, see how it looks. As it alters and changes, react and, alter with that. But 3, always think in threes. I'm pulling up at the house.